Hi, with Tacitus today, your pushback channel. Thank you for joining this audio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about an issue that I'm finding now to be quite widespread. It's where a retail chain, a company, promotes, has product promotions on their website and also sends email advisories directly to people on their customer list. So my wife and I signed up for a few of these, and things that we kind of in a product group that we buy on a somewhat regular basis. So, and I like to keep an eye out for promotion. I recently picked up a shaving razor that's $200 sort of shelf price, but periodically they put these things on promotion. This chain, and 60% off, so I got it for $80. And these things, and I didn't need the razor on a certain day. So, I can afford to wait until the product promotion comes on and that sort of thing. But there's been a series of them, a series of where the company, the retail chain's got a promotion going on all sorts of different products. And we go into the store to collect it or to get it or buy it. And the employees just don't know anything about it. Either they can't find the item, or it's not in stock, or whatever, or it's not at the promotional price, which is often the case, by the way. But the bottom line is that the employees don't care. They don't give a shit. You've got a real problem finding an employee that gives a crap. And so this quiet quitting issue is sort of running in parallel to the head office of the retail chain. If they can tell me, the customer, that they've got such and such a product on promotion, they can tell me that, and it's on the website, surely they can tell the employees this idea. And the employees give a shrug and say, I don't know, they don't tell us anything, we don't know, and we don't care, it's not our problem, and why should we have to go and look at the website? If they can't tell us, then it's not our nothing to do with us, it's their problem. And if the customer comes in and kind of pesters them or complains or whatever like that, the customer is the problem then. Those fucking customers, how dare they expect to buy something in this shop? So they've got a quiet quitting, I don't give a shit. Hey, you're just a customer, why don't you fuck off? That sort of attitude. But because they accept that the head office is not advising them or not giving them the information they need to do their jobs, because they sort of excel, that's their view at least, which seems to be true, by the way, then they're saying, well, why should we care? If they don't care, if they can't be bothered to tell us, that's the head office, why the fuck should we give a shit? And so that attitude, and it's a bit of a round robin, and it all interacts with each other. And a few days ago I was in the store that I go in a fair bit, and the assistant manager's there, and we're kind of on sort of exchange pleasantries type terms, and nice day, isn't it, and all that sort of thing. And so I said, look, and I explained the situation. I'm coming to get a promotion thing. No one knew anything about it, and no one knew a thing. They claim that they're never told, and these things are kept secret from them. And I said the same thing. Look, if the company can tell me, they can tell the employees. They can tell their own employees. So I don't accept that nobody knows. And then he said, this assistant manager said something along the lines, well, we get heaps of internal emails from head office. Most of them are just nonsense and rubbish. So, we don't have to read every one of them. Why should we have to read every one? It'd take us a million years to read them all. So why should we care? Maybe they sent an advisory in the middle of that, but why should we bother with it? And I was sort of amazed by that. Sort of kidding. Well, you're the fucking assistant manager. So I said, but isn't it? And this is where I crossed the line as far as he was concerned. Well, isn't it your job to make sure the employees know? Why? Why is it my job? And then he launched off into this thing where, I'll paraphrase it here, but effectively, I got to work long hours. They pay me shit money. They treat me like shit. I've been passed over for promotion so many times. Well, they give the job to a black lesbian who's got half the experience I've got. So why should I be on my toes, sort of worrying about every little thing? Hey, I just do the minimum I got to do to keep my job. That's it. So there's this quiet quitting attitude, and you see it the same as the other employees in this retail store. They've all pretty much quiet quit. They're doing the absolute minimum they have, and if they could do less than that, they would do that. And you see this don't care attitude just right across from the manager through to the the floor sweeper and so on. Nobody gives a fuck. So that's in my view a serious issue. But again, they've got no idea what the promotions are. It's a complicated matter. And they take the view as well that unless you bring in or you get it on your phone, unless you bring in a copy of the website promo and show it to them, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to go onto the website and have a look. If you can't call it up on your phone in front of them, then they're not obligated to do anything beyond that. Well, can't you look it up on the website? What do you want me to do that for? Really? Why do I have to do that? What do you think they're paying me enough to worry about what you want? You annoying customer. So that's the now. And so the manager doesn't give a fuck. And maybe that's do the retail chains treat their employees like shit, and so no one cares. Maybe that's an issue. I mean, given the cost of living, this guy, like the assistant manager, would be getting say 115% of the average wage. So and you look at the clothes, like he's wearing Walmart clothes and Walmart shoes and everything, and he's definitely not doing it easy. Definitely not doing it easy. So again, he's got, well, I can't get ahead. I can barely pay the bills. I can barely pay the fucking electricity bill. I'm struggling to cover the rent, and this asshole customer expects me to give a shit. So I think that certainly plays into the the overall storyline here. But it's much wider than that. I think I've mentioned I've been into a couple of takeout food, national chains, takeout food stores where they're sending promos, emailing promos because we're on their list that they've got, for example, burger and fries for half price, or they've got chicken pieces for this or that promotional price, or you get free fries and drink, whatever it is, a promotion. So and I go into the store so I'd like the promotion on the the burger and fries for such and such price. What? Well, it's on the website, and I got an email. What website? Well, your company website. It's on your company website. That's the promotion of the week. You sure? Yeah. So so there's all confusion. The manager has to be called, and there's powwows and discussions, and they huddle in the corner and whisper, and when the manager says, well, who's asking about it? And then they point very dramatically over at where you're standing, just waiting. I just want to get the fucking burger, if you don't mind. And then they get onto the website and they cluster around and, oh, no, shit. Oh, wow, we didn't know. And then there's head scratching, and there's all sorts of going around in circles and confusion and bewilderment. And in some cases, they've come back, so maybe a promotion, maybe on the company website, but we don't care. Come back in a few days' time and we'll think about it. The attitude is diabolical. They just tell you to fuck off. But it's on the company website. You're obligated by law to give it to me at that price. Why don't you fuck off? So again, this quiet quitting attitude. Look, I can barely make ends meet. I'm getting paid shit money to be. Sure, they call me the assistant manager or the manager or the shift manager or whatever it might be, but they're paying me fuck all. I can't, my life's up to shit. I can barely make the bills. Why do I have to care about your petty worries of whether something's on a website or not? Why don't you piss off? So that's very much an attitude I've got there. I did go back a few days later, and they did give it to me at the promo price. So I suppose in the end, but it was kind of a, how did you know about this? And it's almost like they don't want you to know about it, so they don't have to give it to you. I think it's being used as a draw to bring people into the store maybe. And so if you go in and just buy the special, in this case a burger and fries, then you kind of not playing along. Why don't you then buy some other high profit stuff and so on. Anyway, so that was it. And this was then in another takeout food chain, pretty much the same thing. If you buy the burger, you get the fries and the ice cream thrown in. Again, on the website, again, the email was sent out. And this time I sort of printed a copy of the email so that, that could be seen and pointed out on the website, and had the website address and all that sort of stuff. And so I gave that to them, and they disappeared. Again, the confused, didn't know anything about it. Look, but the girl went off into the back room and chatted with, I assume, the manager or the supervisor, and came back and okay then. But the attitude was, oh well, if you insist, we'll give it to you. I thought, why would you give a fuck? That's what's on the fucking promo. Just fucking provide it. I mean, Jesus, what's with the attitude here? So maybe it's not available to employees or something. Maybe that's what got them upset. So anyway, then I'm talking about it. This is all within a short space of time. I go into this shaver shop thing, and to get this razor, and again, the employees didn't know anything about the promotion. They stared blankly at me, and again, they had to get on the website themselves. Then there was contacting the buyer to make sure there wasn't an error in this. And then there's a clothing shop where I went in to get a promo. I'm buying a summer shirt made of a certain cotton linen blend that I quite like, and it was on again on promo for the week or however long the time was. And again, the people in the store knew nothing about it, and again had to go onto the website and go through it. So this is a widespread thing, but the employees don't give a shit. And they don't care. They're not paid enough to worry. And with the cost of living increasing at a rate many times faster than a shop assistant, shop worker, retail shop worker's pay would be, then they're all hurting financially. They're all struggling to get by, and they're all thinking, well, why should we give a shit? We've got a shit job, paying shit money. We're treated like shit. They won't even tell us what the promotions and the specials or whatever are. So why the fuck should we care? And they don't care. So I think this is a quiet quitting running in parallel to the head office having this massive disconnect with the store employees. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.